man. What the going on in this world,
Man, shoot. Yeah, buddy. I'm just going to say something like this.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Burn Down Podcast. My name is Justin, a.k.a. the Dapper Cigar. This gentleman over here is Eric, a.k.a. Brother Cigar. If you're new to this channel, hit the like button and subscribe button. Hit the bell. Check us out. You know the drill.
Yes, sir. Check out the merch.
Check out all that stuff, man.
Merch. We got ashtrays. We got cutters, travel cases, lighters. We got canvases. We got t-shirts, hats. We got it all. Keep on the lookout. Next couple months, next couple weeks, we're doing some events. We have the Long Island Cigar, December 2nd in Bohemia, New York on Long Island. Long Island Cigar from 5 to 10. We're doing a Blueprint Cigar event.
December 2nd?
December 2nd, Saturday. 2nd. December 12th in Mamaroneck, New York at it is Modern on the Rails in Mamaroneck, New York. That is the cigar networking event. Over 200 people going to be there. The Blueprint Cigar, the Burn Down Podcast, will be there at a table with our cigars. And as well, January 20th, Saturday, is in Hauppauge, New York, Long Island. Matador Cigars from 5 to 11, another Blueprint Cigar event. So keep on the lookout.
Yes, sir.
And hopefully we'll see you guys there.
So what's the topic for today, man?
Well, I wanted to talk about what the hell's going on in this world. But since we just played some Halo.
Well, before all that, Christmas for kids.
Christmas for kids.
Okay.
Check it out.
Donate to Christmas for Kids. Okay, we're trying to raise $10,000, trying to help 10 families in need with $1,000 each.
Yes.
Okay, we can't do it without you guys, so please check it out. Christmas for Kids.
Shout out to the River Fund. This will be our third year working with them. So far in the last 2 years, we were able to help 10 families in the last 2 years, 5 each.
We want to do all that just this year,
just in 1 year.
So
and
help us out.
You know, we've helped with families with bills. You know, one family, their refrigerator broke, and we gave them money to buy a new refrigerator, which was huge. So, good stuff like that. Please help us.
So, Halo.
So, today is the 22 years since Halo, the very first, came out. And I remember that day like it was no other. I actually had the Halo game before I was able to buy an Xbox, believe it or not.
In my opinion, and I gotta be honest with you, I wasn't a huge Halo player. Okay,
get out my face.
I wasn't really a big video game player. When I was a kid, I played a lot of Call of Duty when I was in college, right? And I told you that story because I went upstate, 8 feet of snow on the ground. You can't really do anything. I'm stuck in my house. All my friends are downstate. You hop on live and you play.
Put your lips on live.
But I will say that I have played Halo. I just wasn't like an avid fucking Halo player. But I just didn't play video games. Anyway, in my opinion, it has to be hands down the best game music ever. Best intro music of any video game ever.
The story, the campaign mode. I wasn't too big on.
Hands down. Best.
I agree. I wasn't big. I did I didn't do Xbox Live too much. Like I did do Halo 2 and Halo 3 on Xbox Live, but Halo 1, man, I remember going to Toys R Us and I spent $50. I saved.
That was on the original Xbox.
The big black Xbox console.
The original.
And I
bought
the
OG.
That. And I don't know what I had to do to get the Xbox, but I remember buying the game first. And I remember it was a big holographic with Master Chief on the front. And I just kept, every day, would just look at the back and look at all the different images. And I'm like, wow, I can't wait to play it. And then
Did you ever get the Circle of Death on an Xbox?
Oh, yeah. Xbox 360. You know the way to cure it?
Get a new Xbox?
No. You never heard of the secret, this life hack?
No.
And it has worked. So, quick life hack.
So people that don't know, Circle of Death, for the people that aren't gamers, is the red ring.
Around
so
the Xbox 360.
Xbox power button, every time you push it, it was green. But if your Xbox cracked out, it's like getting a blue screen on your computer. it would turn red, and it meant that your Xbox was crapped out, and it was like the worst thing.
So I don't know how I found this out. Probably the internet. But the secret was you get a towel and you wrap it.
What?
You get a towel. You wrap your Xbox around a towel and you press the button, the Xbox button, and then let it run. And by God, some magic. I don't know what it did. It would reverse the ring of death.
What?
Yeah. I'll tell you right now. Watch. Right?
Just a regular towel.
Regular towel.
Not
right?
like a wet towel. Not just a regular old towel.
Let's see here. Ready? Let's see. Yeah, look. Xbox 360 towel trick. Does it work? So look.
Ring of fire.
The ring of death. Ring of death.
Burn, burn, burn.
Yeah, so look. So you wrap. So you let it go on. You put a towel around it. And you let it run for a little bit.
Good tune. Johnny Cash.
He has it for 2 minutes, right?
I got you for 3 minutes.
Rather
3 minutes of playtime.
He goes back to it. Turns on. Bada bing.
Fucking A, man.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
Wow. So, anyway. So, you talking about Halo. It's 22 years.
Oh, yeah. I just remember, I remember being the kid. I think I was like in 6th grade or something. And I just remember waiting to play it. And I'm a big, I don't play video games anymore, but I was always about the story mode. I always liked games in their story mode.
Dude, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, one of the best. Then they came out with Underground.
Kidding me, bro?
Oh, dude, it was one of the best story modes. I played that so many times.
Dude, Splinter Cell, story mode, sick.
Didn't play Splinter Cell.
Oh, God, so good.
Didn't play Splinter Cell.
So good. Excuse me. But yeah, Halo, the Master Chief. I remember, the beginning of the game so vividly. The Covenant comes on and hops on your ship, and you gotta fucking fight your way out and blast off and land on the fucking Halo ring. So many good times, and I will never be more afraid when do you remember playing Halo?
Vaguely. Like I said, I wasn't a big Halo.
I played. You can't nerd out with me. So
no.
There was this thing called the Flood, and no one knew what it was.
Is that when like a million creatures come and get you?
The little creatures would start coming out.
Like a million of them,
Look
right?
Like things from the swamp.
Yeah.
So, like, you have the humans, which is, like, the military, and then the Covenant was, like, all the different aliens that you would fight. Then on one level, they would just find all the dead aliens, all the elites and the grunts and the jackals all dead, and you're like,
what the fuck?
Like, what's going on? And all of a sudden, you, like, hear these little noises, creepy noises, and all of a sudden, they just start coming out of nowhere. But, like, it's very creepy as you're going through the level, and they just pop out, and I was always a little scared kid.
Gosh.
But, fucking great game. The Warthog.
You know what was a good story mode is like the first Call of Duty, like when they had Modern Warfare, like the first Modern Warfare, and then towards.
We're not about video games right now,
and I don't really play video games, but I do remember this one is at the end of the story mode, like when you finally beat the game, you're in your chopper and you're about to get out of the chopper, but then they drop the nuke, and your chopper goes down. And it crashes, and then you crawl out of the...
Oh, yeah.
And then you turn around, you look, you see the gigantic mushroom cloud. That was so epic.
No, actually, no, I don't.
You don't remember that? Like,
I remember something
and you hear him,
else.
he's like... And you're just like, you're crawling, and it's like everything's kind of foggy, and then you turn, and there's just a gigantic mushroom cloud, because they dropped the nuke on you, and then all of a sudden, like, the thing goes... And then you're dead. Damn. Wild, dude.
No.
Wild. Anyway, so...
Do you remember playing where you had to shoot a sniper from like 2 miles away?
I do remember that.
I don't know what Call of Duty that was, but you had to shoot a sniper and
you had to like adjust for the height, like
for the wind.
You had to shoot above him or something.
And
like
no matter what you do, you shoot his arm off.
Yeah,
it was sick times, good times. So many good games.
Anyway,
yeah, it's funny because now like, I was just saying like my Instagram feed now it's like WWF, all like 90s and 2000s throwbacks, all kind of culture stuff, and then all kind of throwback video games.
I follow like 90s Kid for Life.
That's why. Yeah,
there's some great stuff on there.
He's
man.
good. That guy's good.
There's some great stuff on
there. And so it's just so
whoa.
Easy, Basil.
Easy, big boy.
But I want to talk about a little bit what's going on. What the heck is going on around the world with everything that we're dealing with, son? Son.
I almost dreaded that this episode would come.
No, we gotta talk about some of this shit. This is about how I'm gonna start.
You bring it up, and I'm just gonna.
I saw this come out
that I can't stand.
I saw this come out a couple.
I can't stand.
What was this? A couple weeks ago, maybe. So New York's new governor, right?
This whole wokeness shit, I can't stand it.
Kathy, what's her name? Kathy Hochul. God, she's so ugly. But she started coming out where she's putting out like a surveillance effort to help stop anti-Semitism by having additional law enforcement like review. What do you call it? Like like more security over like social media.
What?
Let me see if I can find it up. Here we go. Democratic launched an initiative on Monday to increase law enforcement surveillance of so-called hate speech on social media. The new monitoring program, which announced alongside a multi-million-dollar deal funding increase for the New York State Police, primarily focused on incidents on alleged anti-Semitism and Islamophobia stemming from the Israel-Palestine. But we're very focused on the data collecting. But a lot of people are saying like this is just a way to inch your way on at least New York State governing and monitoring more social media and like having a bigger chokehold on what
it's
people
exactly
can do.
What happened with Twitter, right? Remember with Twitter X
I don't know why it's called X. I like Twitter.
Well, X. Well, it was a rebranding. It was a complete rebranding. No,
I get it. It
right?
makes sense.
But it's the same thing. What happened is listen, you can't. All right, hate speech. It sucks if somebody's if somebody's insulting you, trying to insult you, and calling you all these different names, right?
Yeah,
it sucks. I get it. All right, totally get that. Okay, but it's freedom of speech. Okay, whatever happened to the old adage, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Right?
Yeah.
Right. I'm German. Somebody could call me a Nazi, a kraut, till they're blue in the face. I'm not offended. Okay, I'm not offended. I don't care. You can call me whatever the hell you want. I'm not offended. All right, it's fine. Once you start whatever the speech is. Okay? Once you start censoring a certain type of speech, you no longer have freedom of speech. That's what's called freedom of speech. The same thing happened with Twitter, right? When X, formerly known as Twitter, they started censoring more so conservative thoughts and anything that was kind of leaning a little bit right.
Yeah.
They were just censoring all that stuff, and anything that was on the left was not censored
blasted
at all.
Out,
okay?
yeah.
It was blasted out.
And that's proven.
That is censoring. That's not freedom of speech, and that's what Elon Musk said. He's like, no. He goes, that's not freedom of speech. So he bought it, rebranded it. Now it's called X, and now they don't do that anymore, right? That's what I feel like they're trying to do with the social media thing. Is no matter what the speech is, if you're censoring any speech, you have no freedom of speech.
Yeah.
So you can't do that. Yes, does it suck? I get it. Okay, you don't want people to walk.
Is it right? Absolutely not.
But that's freedom of speech.
But that's just a way of just getting claws more and more deeper into more control. It's stuff we say all the time. It's just bullshit.
Well, that's like what Elon said. Elon said freedom of speech is somebody you don't like saying something you don't agree with.
Yeah.
Yep. That's freedom of speech. They have just because you don't like them or just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean they don't have the right to say it.
And you have to know, it's the internet. There's no holds bar. Like, if you get offended on the internet, you either let it affect you or you don't let it affect you.
What's his name? Who's the guy? Did he host the Grammys or the Oscars or something?
What's his name?
With the beer, and he's like, I don't give a shit. I'm probably gonna get fired after this. I remember that
guy who originally created the Ricky Gervais.
Yes, that guy.
Yeah.
He said during that thing, he goes, "It's not a crime to be offended." He goes, "I don't care if I offend you." He goes, be offended. I don't care. He goes, there's nothing wrong with it. He goes, there's no crime for somebody saying something and you offended. He goes, being offended is a totally it's on you. It's on you for letting somebody offend you.
I agree.
He goes, so what? If somebody says something you don't like, so what?
Well, because now it pays to be offended. It pays to be a victim. It pays to be soft.
Well, that's the thing is that they're trying to just breed a generation of, for lack of a better term, pussies.
Big old pussies. We're getting fucking real right now, son.
Listen, there's nothing. If somebody says something you don't like, who gives a shit? Move on. It's the same thing. Like, if you see that thing where it's like, oh, this is John. John reads something that he doesn't like on Instagram, so he just scrolls past and forgets it. Yeah. Be one of those guys. And it says, be more like John.
It says more about the other person, like who's saying it.
Yeah, well, that's
and they're saying it for a reason. They're saying it to get a rise. They're saying it to get a reaction out of you. So don't give that person the satisfaction. Just let them be ignorant. Let them be obnoxious.
Yep.
And move on.
And that brings up a good point, because a lot of times when somebody is trying to put you down, trying to say stuff to get a rise out of you, trying to insult you, trying to offend you, most of the time, 90% of the time, I would say I would argue 100% of the time, the reason they're doing that is because they're insecure about something about themselves.
That's what I said.
It's just like what a bully is. A bully tries to put people down because they're insecure about themselves.
Absolutely.
Right? So whatever people are putting out is a reflection of what they feel about themselves. So if they're trying to like put you down, they feel shitty about themselves. That's why they're doing it. So whenever somebody says something that you don't like or they're trying to offend you, who cares? They probably feel like shit about themselves, so they just want to put you down, right? Misery loves company.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give them the time of day.
I agree.
Fuck them.
I agree. So yeah, that was just my first point. I just feel like they're just trying to find any way to get their claws, at least in New York State, deeper and deeper into control.
It's crazy what's going. I see it. You can't get away from it. I try to get away from it.
It's everywhere,
and you can't. And it just this. I don't understand the logic behind some of these.
I don't know, man.
This whole like wokeness. It's
not fun.
It doesn't make sense.
I do think it's kind of coming. It's slowing down. Like I feel like some more people are starting to wake up and. Like,
I hope so, man.
Not tolerate it as much. I feel like a couple years ago. Everything was cancel this, cancel that, woke this, woke that. But, people are starting to see the effects of wokeness and cancel culture and what it's leading to. So, who knows, man? It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny what's going on, and you just got to live day by day and figure it out.
There was. Let me see if I can find it because I think I liked it, and I don't want to butcher it. So let me.
Would you like?
Let me find it.
Would you like?
Let me go to here. So, it's this guy. The guy right here in the blue.
Oh, what's his face? Yeah.
I always forget his name. But he's talking about the question of what is a woman, this whole like whatever that they're saying there's like 19 genders and all this fucking crap, right?
Yeah.
So he asks a very simple question and she's just and roasts her. And I love watching these videos because they come up there, what's a woman? Oh, it's very complicated and it's this and it's that and it's got
let's talk about it first.
Science and scientists are saying that there's you can be a male, but also a woman, and then there's in between, and it's all this shit, right? So then they go and ask a simple question, and they can't answer it, and they go, "That's because you're dumb. Like it's not real. Like whatever is not real." So I'm gonna play this clip, and it's hysterical because he gets her so bad. Ready? So let me play this clip, and you'll hear it.
What is female? It's complicated, and I know you're not gonna like that answer. You guys like to bring up high school level biology classes a lot, but people who go on to more complicated biology classes will talk about sex as a spectrum.
It's not.
Well, biological researchers would disagree with you.
Well, then they're full of shit, the ones that would say that. You said you're an EMT.
Yes.
You're responding to a health emergency.
Yeah, I just
biological
saw
male.
Listen.
Somebody with a penis is having a medical emergency, and they say to you, I think I'm having a miscarriage. Would you check them to see if they're having a miscarriage? Would you consider that a possibility for them?
Look.
No.
Got him.
Right? He goes, like, it's just, listen, just think logically. Guy comes in, biological male, has a penis, comes in with some sort of problem, and he goes to the doctor, I think I'm having a miscarriage. The doctor's going to say, no, that's not possible.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're a male.
Listen, if you
no matter what fucking hormones you take, no matter how many times you look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm a woman, you're not. Like, you're not. You cannot. You don't have a uterus.
There's two, and there's two. Listen, you want to be a fox, you want to be an elephant, you want to be a dog, you want to be whatever you want, by all means be it. But just don't impact me in my life. That's all.
I always said, like, listen, I don't care, right? If you're a man, I don't care what you do to your body, okay? I don't care how many hormones you take. I don't care if you chop your dick off, flip it inside out, make a vagina. I don't care what you want to get breast. You want to get breast implants. You want to take what? I don't care what you do. You will never, ever be able to get pregnant, grow a baby inside of you, and give birth. Ever.
Nope.
That is a scientific fact. You will never be able to. And on the opposite side, conversely, if you are a woman, I don't care what you do, how many hormones you take, how much testosterone you take, if you put on a penis and grow a beard, but I don't care. You will never, ever, ever be able to impregnate somebody else. You do not create sperm. Your body will not create sperm.
Can't do it.
And that's a scientific fact. I'm sorry. You want to say trust the science? That's the science. And they're like, oh, well, that's not true now because men can, I know this person right here identifies as a male and he can give birth. No, because that person's a woman.
It's just, why can't you just be a girl that likes guy things? Why can't you just be a guy that likes
whatever happened to
girl
just being tomboy?
Being gay. What happened to just being gay?
Metrosexual.
Yeah, whatever.
Or just like be gay.
Everyone's gay.
Just be gay. Who cares?
Exactly. Who cares? Just be gay.
I don't understand. It's funny because this whole thing. Oh, trust the biology. This is biological research, right? Well, biology says that men are the only ones that can impregnate women, and women are the only ones that can get pregnant and birth a child. Women have a superpower; they can grow a life inside of them and give birth. Men cannot do that, and that's biology.
The other scary thing that's going on is crazy. And I just saw something that, like, saying on this topic of like guys pretending to be girls, and now they're allowed to go in girls' bathrooms.
Nope.
There was
nobody.
I don't know where this was, but there was like these 3 little children on the news. They didn't show their faces. They just showed heard their voices, and they were saying how this male who was pretending to be a female was in the little girl's bathroom, and they were saying like, "Oh, don't call the cops, don't tell anybody," and they're like, no. They thought this was weird, and they felt very uncomfortable. Like,
not happening.
Come on, dude.
If my daughter goes into the girl's bathroom and I see a grown ass man say, "I'm a woman, I'm going to that bathroom," the fuck you are,
bro. When's enough going to be enough?
Not happening. You are not going in that bathroom.
Like,
and I will stand outside the bathroom door, and when my daughter comes out, you can do whatever you want. My daughter's in there, you're not going to have her.
Yeah, 100%. It's just ridiculous.
Not happening, dude.
It is just ridiculous. It's not.
I think it's a mental disorder. I honestly do.
I think it is too.
I'm gonna say it right. I think it's a mental disorder.
I just feel like there's a lot of sad people that don't feel like a place in the world, unfortunately, and they have to like identify as something to make them feel more worth it on this earth, which is sad.
You ever see the?
I just don't make sense, man.
It's funny. There's always these scenarios that I hear, and like for instance, there's a woman who likes to dress up as a man and sleep with other women, and she goes, "I identify as a man, so I'm a straight man." No, bitch, you're a lesbian.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
You're just a lesbian. You're a woman who likes to sleep with women. You're a lesbian. Just be a lesbian.
There was this other video, and I feel like there also is a sense of like narcissism. Like people, like you have to go out in public, and people have to call you by your pronouns, or what you want to be called. Like there's a video of this guy who's dressed up as a girl, clearly a guy, but he has lipstick on. He has like curly hair. He's wearing like a tube top with his stomach out, and it's a guy, and eating, and the waiters or the waitresses keep calling him sir, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a she, I'm a she her. Like, please don't, I'm not a sir." And they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And they're like, "Can I speak to a manager? I requested not to be called sir." And it's like, who are you that like you have so much narcissism that people have to abide by what you want to be called? Like,
I think
I don't go out and say I want to be called the good-looking man. I want to be. You need to call me the most good-looking man.
Well, that's the same guy. Ricky Gervais said the same thing.
Right?
If that's how you pronounce his last name, he said the same thing. He says,
"How
arrogant are you to think that everybody else has to just abide by the rules that you come up with in your own little brain?"
Yeah,
because that's got to be the most selfish thing ever.
Like you want to be a girl. You want to be a guy that's a girl in public. Cool. By all means, just do it. Just be it. No one's really gonna care.
But when it comes down to, are you a man or you're a man?
But when you start putting it out on people, like, no, I'm a girl. It's like, damn, like, at least trying to sound girly.
It's
like,
or the
just stop it. Stop. Get some help.
Stop. Get some help. Like for instance, in a hospital, right? You have all these people that are, "Oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm whatever." If you get sick, you go into a hospital, they are treating you as a biological male or a biological female. Yeah. That's what's going to happen. On your deathbed, when you get buried, you go down as either man or woman. That is it. You don't go down as, "Oh, I'm coming into the hospital because, I'm a biological man and I think I'm pregnant." The doctor's not going to treat you for pregnancy.
I mean, just look at the circle of life, man. Anything. Cows, horses, lions, they breed male and female, and that's how they have offspring, and then that's how they grow.
And then the people always bring up the like there's a few species, like I think seahorses, where the male gives birth or something like that, or there's other ones where like some sort of frog that doesn't need,
like a snake is asexual.
Exactly, something like that. And I go, well, we're not snakes and we're not seahorses.
Yeah.
We are human beings.
Yeah.
And human beings are male and female. That's the way that it fucking works, okay? Or like, you see the thing on the airplane with the flight attendant?
The big dude?
No, it was an airplane where something was going on where they had to confirm that a person was sitting in the seat.
Yeah, and the flight attendant was a big guy, and it was a girl.
And
the girl was trying to be a guy, like, man to man. He's like, you're not a man.
No, and he goes,
and he's towering over her.
I know. And he's like, listen, he goes, no, I have to confirm that this person is sitting in this seat.
Yeah.
The person on the ticket is a biological female, and I have to confirm that person's sitting in the seat, because if you are not the person that's sitting in the seat, then I will kick you off of the plane. And she's like, well, I'm a man. He goes, well, that's not what it says on the ticket.
Yeah.
That's not who's sitting in this seat. So if you can't confirm that this is you, then I'm kicking you off the plane. They're like, well, it is me, but I'm not a woman.
And a lot of it, I feel like everyone,
dude,
everyone wants their 5 minutes of fame. Everyone knows, like, if they cause a fuss, someone's gonna have a phone out and record it. Like, when I think about that stuff, like, I kind of, like, I put myself in these situations of, like, I've been around these situations. I would, like, be embarrassed. Like, I kind of feel like embarrassed to be like, oh, let me whip out my phone and record it and just stand there like an idiot. Let me just stand here like this with my phone and just let it all record. I'm like, that's just, like, idiotic. Either be a part of it and try to diffuse the situation, or just mind your business and keep walking.
It's just, I don't get it. It's just.
On another note, remember we started talking about, like, AI and how bad AI is going to be for, like, how good it is going to be for the criminals and how much of an advantage they can take an advantage of it.
We were saying that they can put out false information.
Yeah,
exactly.
Remember, we talked about this on a couple episodes. Like,
there was actually one. There's
a lawyer, an attorney, right? And there was this like AI voice thing. I don't know. And he called this attorney. It sounded just like his son. And he was saying, "Dad, I just got in a car accident. I need to be put. I'm going in jail. It's $10,000 in bail. They told me to call." Johnny so-and-so, here's the number. So the lawyer called Johnny so-and-so, and it was a real attorney, and it was a real location and all this stuff. And then the attorney said something weird to him, like, you have to give me $10,000. So the son said, I can't accept the bail. You have to go to, like, Johnny so-and-so.
And it was artificially created.
All artificial conversations, all these backstories, all the people.
Somebody used AI to create this false recording of the son.
And the attorney's like, oh my God, calling back and forth, and all these people are answering. All these people are all the dots are connecting. And then he was just like, let me just call my son. And he's like, are you okay? Did you break your nose? And he sends, like, a picture of his son. He's like, I'm good, Dad. And he was like, in a jury. He was like in a courtroom talking about, hope something can be done because I almost coughed up $10,000. I feel bad for some of these older people that fall for this.
Dude, yeah.
But, like, I also think about, like, ever see Prison Break? I don't know if you ever seen Prison Break. Prison Break, the Michael Schofield is the one who put himself in jail to bail out his brother, because his brother used to, like, work for the president or something like that. But then they artificially put his face in the security camera, and that's why he's guilty for, like, killing, like, one of the president's crew members.
It's
or something
wild
like
what they can do.
And why can't that happen now?
Dude, well, did you see there's a video going around of Joe Rogan. He talks about it on I forgot who he was talking with. It might have been Elon Musk. It might have been somebody. He was talking about how this very thing where they can create anything they want. And he says, yeah, there's a video of me.
What, to Andrew Tate?
No, there was a different video.
Oh.
He said there's a video, and it's like a
the one what I'm talking about with Andrew Tate is just a voiceover, but it sounds just like Joe Rogan telling his story on the podcast.
Oh no, there's like a video where they took some clips of Joe Rogan and they made an advertisement of him supporting a penis enlargement drug. And he goes, and it's him, and it's his voice, and it's videos of him, and it doesn't really match his lips perfectly.
They put the text over his lips.
But they put the text over his lips, and it sounds like him endorsing this penis enlargement.
It's wild.
Pill. And Joe Rogan talks about it. He goes, yeah, there's ads that, like, I clearly don't support these things, but they've created ads about me.
Fucking nuts, bro.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
It's fucking sick. It used to be like, you can't trust like banks and politicians. Now it's like, you can't trust shit. You can't trust you can't trust your own parents.
Yeah, you can't trust what you read on the internet. That's for sure.
You can't even trust what you see on the news.
Oh no, I don't even watch the news. Like, they just, what just came out? There's something on the news this morning. Did you see this mysterious dog virus that's killing dogs. Did you see this thing?
No. Or
Dude.
what about January 6th? Hours and thousands of hours showing the January 6th thing.
Oh yeah, like FBI's
and there's
undercover as Antifa, and then people.
No, it's just like I guess the White House, like the security footage of like that day, and it's like nowhere near, and they confirmed it. It's like nowhere near what the news outlets and all the different political figures are saying how bad it was. There's none of it.
Oh yeah, well that's what I'm saying. There's another thing that they just put on the news about this mysterious dog virus. And it just came up. It says, mysterious dog illness, killing dogs. Make sure you isolate your dogs. Keep them in your house. Don't take them for walk. I'm like, here we go again. Okay.
Another virus. Here we go.
Mysterious virus kills dogs.
Well, I mean, again, it goes, and again, I just keep saying and again.
And again.
And again. Going back to saying,
again,
you don't know what people believe them or not. And a lot of stuff people were saying that wasn't true years ago is starting to come out that it is true. Mm-hmm. And it's like, does that really matter anymore? Is it too far gone? Because it reached the masses already, so people already formulated their opinion. Is it even...
Well, it's the whole COVID thing.
Yeah, I know.
When they talked about it, and they were saying, vaccine stops COVID. 100%. You get the vaccine, you will not get COVID. Found out that was a lie.
COVID didn't come from Wu-Tang, China.
Found out that was a lie. That vaccine doesn't do shit. Got to get your booster. Make sure you get your 15, 17 booster shot.
It's fucking bizarre. I feel like I'm living in a Twilight Zone for the last
I feel like this is a fucking Twilight Zone episode. I feel like exactly
bro,
that.
It's coming up on 4 years. I'm going to be feeling like the fucking Twilight Zone, bro. Because, 2019, let's see, no.
4 years.
I moved in with my future wife at the time in November 2019. From November 2019 to about January, February 2020, that was the most normal life we had together. Everything was normal.
Yeah, and now it's like...
Once COVID happened, bro...
It's never been the same.
It has never been the same, man. It's kind of a blessing for me because I got engaged and kind of married during COVID. So everything was like fucking half off.
He settled down, found a nice girl, got married.
Because we were reviewing, we were watching our wedding video yesterday, and I was like, "Yo, our fucking wedding venue and our wedding was a fucking banger." And I'm like, for what we paid, there's no way we would have paid that today. Like, sick. So in that aspect, it was good. But other than that, I'm like, fucking A, man, this is a fucking Twilight Zone. It's a cookbook. It's a cookbook.
Classic.
Well, we do have one thing that's always been constant, and that's cigars.
You're right about that, man.
And I can only talk about experience only, but anytime I'm smoking cigars with people, at parties, at events, at lounges, I don't really come across any of this nonsense.
You don't. That's
Can you speak from that experience, too? I'm sure there is. I'm sure people across the country go to lounges do experience that, but at least in my experience in New York.
You know what, Eric? I concur.
Do you concur, Doctor?
I concur. No, it's so that's what we love about cigars is there's no bullshit in a cigar lounge. They don't talk about all this shit because nobody wants to. People are like, I'm not here to talk about this crap and that crap. I just want to have a cigar. I want to relax. I want to watch the game.
It's like a little bubble.
Yeah, it's like its own little bubble.
Yeah, you kind of like want to get away from all this nonsense. You go in there. You talk to fucking Frank at the front desk. Ask him what kind of cigars you got lately. What's up? What's he up to? And then you meet with Johnny and Dom and Justin in the back, and you haven't seen him in weeks. And you're talking about family. And you're talking about vacations.
Yeah, that's
it's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
Not talking about like, hey, you want to know what the latest and greatest is?
Did you get your 47 booster shot?
You want to hear about the latest and greatest transgender laws? It's like, what, dude? No, I don't want to.
As soon as you say that, I'm like, peace.
Nah, my guy.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Nah, my dude. Just chill. Just stop. Get some help. I just don't want to. I don't want to do it.
Well, that's going to do it for us here on the Burnout Podcast.
All
right.
We hope you like it. Got a little crazy. A little crazy,
Listen,
what's the word? A little, what's the word?
A little loose?
No, not a little loose. A little controversial. But not really controversial. We're just talking about. I think
it's controversial because I think that there's a lot more people out there that think the way that we do. They get hushed. They get silenced. Man. And here's the thing. I think that majority of people are sick and tired of the wokeness, and they agree and think the way that we think. But that's not what's pushed on social media. That's not what's pushed on the news outlets. What's pushed is all this wokeness. So that's what you see when you're watching TV and stuff. That's what you see. So it makes you think that there's way more, but it's not. I think that's such it's the loud minority.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
It's
the silent majority of us just go about our lives, and we don't buy into all that bullshit.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. It's a very confusing times. A lot of people confused out there. I hope all the best for all the people. You know?
I agree, man.
That's going to do it. Eric, Justin, Brother Cigar, Dapper Cigar, Burn Down Podcast, Blueprint Cigars.
Merch, the whole deal.
Let's
just send it because we got some business to take care of here.
Ladies and gents, thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Reminder, Christmas for Kids. Please help us donate, reach our goal of $10,000. With that being said, cheers, chin chin, salud.